Hi all, this is a quick video to show you how to create a basic timetable. This is sort of for an area school or a school that just wants to do morning and afternoon classes, period, rather than period by period. Okay, so we go into Timetable, create edit Timetable, and if you've had one in the previous year, you can usually just copy that straight through. Otherwise, go New. You'll need to give the timetable a name. We will call this one Basic Timetable. Set the number of days in the cycle, which is 5, and maximum number of subject periods. I'll just leave that as 5. It actually doesn't matter too much for this. You could make it 2, but it's fine. And then save those settings before going on through the rest of the steps. So the next step is the bands. So we'll just leave the whole score in this case on the 1 band, but if you think that later on you might want your senior school to have period by period timetables, then you could just add another band and separate out in the place that you want to. We'll just keep it simple for now. So we'll save that one. We'll go to the cycle periods and just save that one. Go to the period times. And set up our period times. Now you can see here I have a form class and a homeroom, and it's quite important to know which one of those you're actually using. And so I can check that by going to People, Class Summary. So in my class summary, I can see I've got 9 homerooms and only 1 form. So obviously the homeroom is what I'm using for the most part. So that's what I'm going to use. Now for those homerooms, you can see I've got a PM and an AM. That is the half day PM, half day AM that I'm using. There's also an assembly, if you have assemblies. There's a form time AM, a form time PM, which is just a shorter period time, just a brief form time before you have periods. So the ones I'm going to use on this basic timetable are the AM home, and I'm just going to drag that out onto the time. And then hopefully I can then expand that out to fill the time slot that I would expect. So that's AM for my homeroom, and then I'll do exactly the same thing with the PM for the homeroom. Drop that on and expand it out. And then there's a button up the top, a link up the top, to make all days like Monday. And that will just copy it over to the rest of the timetable. I'll continue rather than expanding at this stage. So that's copied that across. I should make that one a bit bigger, but for now, let's just save that one. And come on to the last step, connect option lines. Even though there's nothing that we actually are going to do here or change here, it is important that we come here and click Save before going on to the other steps. So a little shortcut here is that there are a large number of steps, and actually we don't need to do any of these for a basic timetable except step 5 and step 8. So I'm jumping through to step 5, make timetable. So the timetable has not been done yet, has not been built. I will now build the timetable, and that is done. And it now tells me that you can now enable this timetable using the activation step. So I'll go to that step, activate. And then you can select the dates. So you can select just term 1, or we can actually select the entire year, 30th of January until, oops, not January, come back, end of December, and just go activate, and that will activate that timetable over that entire year, so you don't have to come back and do it again at any stage. Okay, I hope that's useful. Thank you.